Artemis 1 was the name of a mission back in 2022 which launched an uncrewed Orion ship on top of an SLS rocket which then travelled to the moon and back. Today we'll see the launch of Artemis 2, a repeat of the first mission, but this time with 4 astronauts on board. It is due to launch tonight, Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at approximately 11:24 p.m. Irish time. Step 1 will be the launch of the Super Large Space Launch System, or SLS, on top of which sits the Orion module, which will carry the crew made up of American astronauts Victor Glover, Reese Weissman, Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen to the moon and back. Just a little over 2 minutes after the launch, the side booster rockets will be empty, having taken the ship just 48 kilometers up, and will be jettisoned and later recovered. And 88 kilometers on, the Launch Abort System, or LAS, will be jettisoned. The LAS is attached to the cruise ship during launch and can quickly take the crew away from the SLS rocket in case it explodes when launching. 5 minutes later, the main booster rocket will be spent and will separate off. At this stage, we've only travelled 167 kilometres of a 1,000,000 kilometre journey, and 90% of the original rocket is already gone. The final rocket booster stage, called the Interim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage, or ICPS, will help the Orion module to rapidly pick up speed. Then, just over 2 hours after launching, the ICPS separates from the Orion module. It is the Orion module that will carry the astronauts to the moon and back. It is made up of the command module, which carries the crew, and here they are to scale, and the service module, which powers the ship and life support systems. The service module was designed and built in Europe. The Orion module will use an Earth orbit to slingshot it to the moon. All going well, on the 5th day, the Orion module will fly to within 7,600 kilometers of the moon. It will use the moon's gravity to slingshot it back to the Earth. At this point, the crew will be just over 400,000 kilometers from Earth, further than any human has ever travelled from our planet. By day 9, the Orion module will approach the Earth's atmosphere. Before entering, it will jettison the service module, and the remaining command module will enter the atmosphere, where friction of the air pressures ahead of the module will generate solar-level heat. Eventually, the module will slow down sufficiently enough that parachutes can be deployed to ease its splashdown into the sea, to be picked up by awaiting naval ships. We wish the crew of Artemis 2 a successful journey, and we look forward to their safe return to Mother Earth. Keep looking up.